Okay, the FSU pod with Rachael and Mo. Take one, roll one. Marker. We're gonna fuck shit up.
Fuck shit up, bitch!
Fuck shit up, bitch!
Fuck shit up, bitch! Alright, episode 1. What do we talk about today?
I guess we should kind of like introduce ourselves and who we are to each other and what we do and just kind of...
That's pretty solid, honestly.
Because some people don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah,
and some
no
people
one
don't
knows
know
who
who
we
the
are.
fuck I
Yeah.
am.
Who we is. Alright, go ahead.
Howdy, I am Morgan Khaleesi. I am a film writer and screenwriter. Gross. I am a film writer and film editor.
Jesus, you forgot what you fucking were.
Also ADHD, a little bit of autism. I'm all over the place, so get ready for that.
Undiagnosed-tism, mind you.
I know. Hey, I have had all of my autistic friends be like, Morgan, are you sure? Because like you are sometimes more autistic than I am. So like, what the fuck?
All right. All right, back on track, sis.
Yes. Okay, you go. Your turn.
All right. Hi, my name is Rachael Khaleesi. I am a healthcare, nursing, health sciences major. I am Morgan's younger sister.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Yeah.
It's siblings.
That's the big thing.
So we get
sibling tea time.
Oh, sibling tea time. Oh, that's what the podcast
You're
should have been called.
getting ADHD on crack, pinball machine energy. We're crazy up in here.
It quite literally is the on and off switch. She is the on, I am the
yes.
off.
We are polar opposites, but this is gonna be fun.
Hell yeah. So
yeah,
let's get into some of our first topics. Do you have any topics that you want to talk about?
I mean, we could trauma dump if we really wanted to.
Find it, and that is just like not what we need right now.
I mean, do we care though?
Yeah, because then we're putting her business out on the line. And if our podcast,
I mean, people need to. I mean, it's kind of interesting though.
But also,
we can trauma dump on another day.
Yes, but also, I just don't want to trauma dump, and then people like be mean in the comments and be like, shit, and I'm like, well, because that's how people are online. People online are mean.
I know. Like, be for serious, guys.
Be so fucking for real. Like, they're mean.
Absolutely.
So any mean comments, you're either just gonna get blocked or I'm not gonna acknowledge you because fuck you.
Yeah. Get the honk, mess with the bonk, bitch.
What the fuck sentence did you just say?
Mess with the honk, you get the bonk. You've never seen that?
No.
Oh, bitch, I gotta send that shit to you. People are in the comments are gonna know what I'm talking about. Also, I talk really fast.
Yes.
BT dubs.
And I talk very slow because I can't remember what I was trying to fucking say.
It's okay. We're good. But yeah, mess with the honk, you get the bonk, bitch.
Okay, I guess
I'll send it to you.
That's our new fucking motto, I guess. Mess with the honk,
mess with the honk, you get the bonk. Negativity is not tolerated here.
That is true. This is a This is a safe place. Blah, blah, blah. Just like disclaimer. This is a safe place for people. So like, if you're a cis white man, you're most likely not going to be safe here.
We don't make the rules.
And not sorry about it.
I mean, we do, but
no, because
this is
a pro LGBT space. I am very queer. I use she/they pronouns. Like, so it's a safe space for that community. It's a safe place for the Black community. I want everybody to feel welcome here. The Native Americans and Indigenous community. I want everybody to feel welcome here. And all I'm saying is because if cis white men start getting in the comments and start telling me to praise Jesus and and then I'm going to hell, bestie, I work with the God of hell, so just test me. Like, that's all I'm not saying you to test me, but just like don't get ready for it because it's
exactly. And honestly, at the end of the day, this is a safe space for me and you just to like banter and talk shit, and we do this on a regular basis on FaceTime anyway, so we thought this would be really fun, and it's just at the end of the day, it's honestly for us. So.
Yes, because for reference, we do this all the time. We have like high times with Morgan where I smoke a little bit and then do some high times, which we might do in future podcasts. We'll see.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like, people, if you're watching this, like, let us know the type of shit you want us to talk about or do.
Yes.
We'll smoke, we'll drink, we'll talk about whatever you guys want us to talk about.
If
we'll
you
talk
want,
about
like, a specialized
fucking Feet
segment,
Finder. We'll talk about anything.
Yeah, because the
we'll
other
talk
thing,
about
too, is, like,
anything.
we talk a lot of the things that we talk about relate to, like, TikToks or things that we've seen. So,
yeah.
In post, hello, future Morgan, editing this, like, we'll either try to put them in, or at the very least, like, try to reference what we're talking about, because I know it can be confusing, especially for my neurodivergent people, who do not get what we're trying, like, the honk and bonk thing. Like, if I know what that is.
Yeah, not everyone's gonna
know. We'll throw a TikTok in there. We'll throw a TikTok in there during that little slot.
Or, like, a reference, or a picture.
Yeah, this is just kind of, like, the ground rules and some of the things that we're, gonna do with this podcast. But, yeah.
Yeah.
A very good little interaction.
Yeah, I feel like that was
bestie, if we get sponsors, we'll get little
ad
breaks.
Motherfucker, we're gonna get sponsors.
Eek.
Could you imagine? Like, what kind of sponsors do we want to get on this channel?
Ooh. That is interesting,
like,
because, like, Dollar Shave Club, love you guys, but, like, I'm zero waste. So, unless you come out with a safety razor, I'm just gonna be talking up my ass, like, for real.
Word. No, I felt that.
Who would sponsor us? I could probably get Java Burrito. I could get some local businesses.
That's true.
Also, a reason why we won't, because this might be a question that is asked, so I want to kind of clarify. Yes, we are siblings. Why are we not in the same place doing it? Because we live 7 states away from each other, so we do it this way.
Yeah, also, like, another thing is just, like, try not to be, like, too, like, personal with questions, and because there's obviously some things that we need to keep private for our own personal safety.
Yes.
And just, like, some things that we don't feel comfortable sharing. So, like, just please be respectful of our privacy.
Yeah,
what we
and
choose
9
to put
times
out
out of
there.
9 times out of 10, we're not going to look at it or read it anyway. So it's like, if you ask us some of those questions, it's just going to be ignored. And
yeah,
we don't want to, like,
or we'll keep it very, very superficial, very, very vague and general. Like, if you ask us what our fucking zodiac signs, like, we'll tell you, but we're not telling you specifically when. By the way, guys, guess in the comment what our zodiac signs are. We're gonna tell you in 5 seconds.
That would be such a good one.
We're gonna do a 5-second countdown. 5-second countdown. Everyone guess what you think our zodiac signs are.
Put your
right or
things in the comments.
No fucking cheating. Cheating's boring. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, Morgan, what's your zodiac sign?
I am a Libra.
And I am a Leo. So there you have it, folks. Not that anyone was really wondering, but now you know.
And I'll tell all my witches in the comments, you know why this makes sense. You know why we work well together.
Exactly.
So
I got my evil eye bracelet on. I got my crystal necklaces on.
Oh, bestie, we don't even have to. I took off my rings, but, you know. So.
Yeah, we out here in this bitch.
We could talk about Ocean Gate.
I don't want to sound like fucking...
You know the fleshlight
ignorant
tube that, popped in the fucking middle of the ocean?
Oh, yeah, the submarine thing. So sorry, guys. I promise I'm not an asshole, and I promise I look at the news. My brain was fucking loading.
Yeah,
okay.
And it was like 2 weeks ago or so. No,
yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Because here's the other thing. I am very, for reference, very anti-capitalist, pro-union. I am with solidarity with the writers and the SAG actors currently, so no writing.
Yeah.
So I'm very anti-capitalist, live off the land, like that kind of person. Even though I live in a city, which is odd, but you know, neither here nor there. But fuck, what were we talking about? This. Okay, yes, the ocean Spadusi. Okay.
That's fucking horrible. I mean, she really just opened up her legs and swallowed up a bitch's hole.
But I'm
not trying to be insensitive, guys. I'm not trying to be insensitive. People did die.
We're so we're gonna preface this before we get into this, right?
Disclaimer, warning.
Yes, disclaimer.
Disclaimer, please don't sue us. We have no money at all. We are not haters. We understand
for real,
the severity of this.
Here's the thing. Disclaimer before we even get into this topic. We understand that lives were lost. We are not, making light of people dying. What we are saying, though, is that the orcas killed the game. Because here's the thing, eat the rich. Everybody's been like, haha, eat the rich. And it's like, no, literally eat the rich. People should not have billions of dollars. That type of wealth is not even, astronomically comprehensible. So it's like, 5 billionaires went down to the bottom of the sea, spent $250,000, or what? $250,000 or $250 million?
No, I think it was 250,000, but
don't
guys, fact check us if we're wrong. Yeah, don't.
Gerald, check the facts. Gerald, that's gonna be our person's name now. It just checks all the facts.
Gerald.
GG!
And
yo! Un moment, must break up the cats.
Alright, so while Morgan is gone, just really want to stress the point of we do understand the severity of this situation. Again, we know that people lost their lives, even if they were rich, upper class white men. We understand that. And I will point out in saying that, honestly, don't believe everything you see on TV. Don't believe everything that you see in articles, Try and find bare bone facts.
Find primary sources.
You can't believe everything you read or see on TV because you're just gonna get a big fucking headache and misinformed. The children are fighting. Oh wait, I can't sing that or we're gonna get fucking demonetized or something, or I'm gonna get sued for singing the song. I was gonna sing the James Charles Womp 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 video. Credits to James Charles. I'm gonna sing it anyway. Blah blah blah.
That's a topic. That's actually a topic that we can talk about.
Yeah. That's true. And I said credit to James Charles and I said before and after credit to Charles. Oh.
Hold all thoughts. Because fuck that. This is a thing we can talk about. Because recently, James Charles has come out being like, guys, I would like to be uncanceled now.
Yeah, I heard about that. Also, his brother has not seen or spoken to him in 2 years. Good for you, Ian.
T, if you fucking did that to somebody, yeah, you bet your ass I would not talk to you.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing that him as a 21-year-old man at the time did not know he was talking to 16-year-old boys. You gotta have known at some point.
Speaking of which, you're almost 20, so you have this experience. You are almost 20. You would not be talking to 16. You would not be talking to people Danny's age.
Oh my god, absolutely not. Just for reference, Danny is our brother. We have 2 other siblings who we will not divulge too much information about just for their privacy. And
if they want to come on the podcast and talk and do whatever, we can.
Different story, but we respect their privacy. So.
Yeah. Because again, they are, especially our younger brother, he is a minor, so talk shit and get hit.
Mess with the honky, get the bonk. Anyway, Ocean Gate. We gotta stay back on track. Jesus fuck. We gotta stay back on track. This is probably gonna be hard for people to follow sometimes because we both have raging ADHD, but we will try our best.
Or the ADHD podcast. This will just become the ADHD podcast for people and people that are neurodivergent.
I mean, choo-choo, hop on the ADHD train because this is what you're getting. All right, Ocean Gate, what happened?
So, 5 billionaires went
happened,
down in an unregulated, uninspected vehicle. Because I'm going to say that. Because here's the reason why. They used carbon fiber and titanium to make the submarine. And carbon fiber does not hold well under pressure. Titanium does, but not to the extent that they had on the actual submarine. Now, the other thing that I would like to note is that it was controlled by a Logitech controller. Like a gaming little boop, 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 controller.
Yup.
Now, if it were me, and I just spent $250,000 to go on the submarine to see the Titanic, which, if I'm doing that, Rachel, please.
Yeah, first of all, be fucking for serious because you would never catch me down there. Like, okay, for the people who are watching, I have a very intense phobia of deep, dark water, even though I professionally, swam for, a good portion of my life. Fuck that. Y'all are bonkers. Y'all bitches are bonkers because we know more about the fucking planets and the fucking space than we do in the ocean, and we're in the ocean. So, fuck that. There's some fucking dinosaur-looking fucking shit creatures down there. Do not open Pandora's box. Fucking seal that shit up and leave it the fuck alone. Anyway,
so my whole thought on it too is I would never do it anyway because I'm a Hellenic pagan, and I'm very much like that is where the dead lie, and you don't disturb the dead unless you want to go with them. Like that is
Also, guys, don't bully me. I'm wiping my nose on my shirt. You guys can fuck off. I don't have a tissue. Anyway, I promise I'm not
disgusting.
Gross, but go ahead. Fuck off.
But yeah. So I wouldn't even but here's the thing: if I saw the submarine and was like, "This is a motherfucking gaming controller,"
yeah,
I would have turned my ass around. I would have spent the rest of the. I don't know where they were
You
stationed.
guys are paying $250,000, and that's the kind of controlling system you guys are getting to navigate that shit down there. You guys couldn't afford something better and an actual navigation system, BFFR.
And my thing too is that I'm all for people innovating. I'm an artist myself. I'm always down for new things being created and new ways to do things. But the fact that it's not regulated, or at the very least not checked over as a safety concern, you're putting a lot of people's lives at risk other than your own. And I think that is the part that, and what killed me was, and one of the reasons why I really don't like the company behind, or the Ocean Gate, which is the company for the submarine, the Titan, I don't like them at all, because the same day that they lost contact with them, I don't know if you know this, the same day they lost contact with them, they had put up a job posting for the submarine operator. They put up a job posting because they knew they weren't going to get out.
Why would...
And this is why I say eat the rich and fuck corporations. Because...
everyone's replaceable. Listen, man, if you're getting paid... listen, do mediocre work because it's a mediocre job you're probably at. You're probably getting paid shit.
Yeah, if you're getting paid minimum wage, do minimum effort.
Girl, I make, just for reference, y'all, I work minimum wage. I work really hard, and the job I'm at, it underpays me, honestly, and I don't get the hours that I signed up for. So, if you're getting paid to do mediocre work, do a mediocre job and be a mediocre employee.
And also, for reference for me,
fucking Simpsons.
Yeah.
Did you know about the Simpsons?
Yeah.
I don't know how they
actually,
fucking do it, guys. It's fucking crazy.
I can't anymore. I refuse to look at any more Simpsons memes because it genuinely is what the fuck? How do you know all this?
How do these bitches now?
And here's the thing, I'm in this industry. I'm in this industry of film and animators and those kind of things. So it's what do you... What do you know that I don't know? Because, like,
Yeah,
for
they got people
reference,
on the
because I know
inside,
Rachael
for real.
mentioned her job. Again, I just graduated
Well,
college.
vaguely.
Well, yeah,
Vaguely.
but I am unemployed, but I do film work and editing
I'm
work.
about to be unemployed.
But the problem with film work is that for a long time you work unpaid. I'm currently working on a documentary and I have not been paid, and I've been working on it for over a month. So
That's shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's just part of the
Yeah,
industry.
Yeah, just to preference those who don't know who or what we're talking about, Simpsons is a show that's been playing for fucking ever.
Yeah, if you don't know the
It's
Simpsons,
a very
where the fuck
very popularized American television show, and they are very scarily accurate in predicting shit that happens. I think they made the episode about this in like fucking late 2000s. Gerald, fact check me. Anyway,
Gerald's fact checking.
All right, but yeah, no, they made an episode
there is
about
an
it.
update. There actually is an update about the Ocean Gate.
Oh boy!
The
All right, this just it, guys.
This is live reporting. This just happened, like literally either a day to like 12 hours ago. Like it's.
Oh fuck! So yes, very recent, guys. If you don't already know, because we obviously don't.
First of all, a lot of people were also supposed to be on the trip that weren't on the trip. One notable fact.
Yeah, like Mr. Beast got asked to be on that shit.
Mr. Beast got asked to be, and apparently Elon Musk was supposed to be.
That's crazy. And
but
I will.
This was Guardian just
mention
posted
Elon Musk.
yesterday that the Ocean Gate CEO Stockton Rush created a mousetrap for billionaires, says friend. So Carl Stanley says that Rush definitely knew it was going to end like this, and he had warned Rush that the craft was dangerous. Obviously we know. Oh, the CEO, Stockton Rush, was one of the people that were killed. So the CEO of the company was on that trip and died in the accident. He knew that
That's kind of interesting, though.
They said they knew the expeditions of the Titan craft would end in disaster, but continue to create a mousetrap for billionaires. I mean, their words, not mine.
I mean, that's interesting when you think about it, though. Just to pause for a second, like if the CEO of the company is saying that he knew that this was going to end fatally, or at least something bad. Oh boy,
Bestie,
like you know, like
quotes.
Hold on. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, if the CEO of their own company was like, yeah, this is not gonna end good, but let me go on it anyway.
His friend told
Like,
the
when you
CEO of it, like, his friend told the CEO, like, look, I don't think this is good. I think you know this isn't good. Like, this is going to kill somebody. And he was like, no, we'll just keep creating it.
And when you think about it, because, like, the way that the people in the actual little fucking Batmobile down there died, they were liquefied to death.
It was instantaneous. So I want to preface, they did not feel any pain.
Yeah.
It quite literally, before they knew what was happening, they wouldn't have even been able to process what was happening because it was
I think they had less than a minute.
No, it was like, because here's the thing. This is all about pressure. So when the submarine goes down, you have the entire ocean's weight on you. And so when you get down to those deep depths, it is quite literally, if those things don't give way, it's simple as crushing a can. Like, that's how it is, and it's so fast. But his friend said this that I really want to, like, showcase. He goes, he definitely knew it was going to end like this. He literally and figuratively went out with the biggest bang in human history that you can go out with. He is the last person to murder 2 billionaires. He was the last person to murder 2 billionaires at once and have them pay for the privilege. This is wild.
That's crazy that he said it and phrased it like that, because when you think about it, when you pay someone to put you in a death mobile and then you go on it too, like, are you technically, is it like a murder for hire?
Right. And he also goes on to say, what
You
we
know?
heard, in my opinion, sounded like, because, also for reference, the military had picked up on a sort of sound from the water, but they couldn't identify what it was and didn't know what was happening, so they thought it was just nothing other than, like, tectonic plates. Obviously,
Which is still scary as fuck. Hold on. Like, that's still scary as fuck.
But also, here's the thing. If you're doing your job, it's kind of simple like me. Like, I'm doing my job and say I lose a piece of footage. I'm going to freak the fuck out, but in the long haul, it doesn't hurt the rest of the people around me. So, like, if they hear that, they're like, oh, shit, let's look into that. But, like, let's not be too worried. Like, these are probable explanations for why it could have happened.
Yeah.
But... So he goes, he had no doubt in his mind that the carbon fiber tubing that was the mechanical part that failed. Because what happened is it was catastrophic loss of air pressure, which literally, if you have air pressure in the submarine, all that weight on you, and you have material that is not able to withstand that pressure, it is quite literally going to be done like a can. But he goes, what we heard, in my opinion, sounded like a flaw/defect in one area being acted on by a tremendous pressure and then being crushed and damaged. From the intensity of the sound, the fact that they never totally stopped at the depth, it's the fact that there were sounds from 300 feet that indicated a relaxing and stored energy would indicate there was a that there is an area of the hull that was breaking down and getting spongy. So most likely that carbon fiber is not able to withstand that pressure. Titanium is. And
Yeah, it was probably breaking down.
But the problem is that if you're using a combination of those two materials, I don't think it's going to work. Obviously, I'm not a fucking scientist.
Yeah, we want to preface that we are just two adults. We are just talking out of our ass from what we hear and what we know.
Yeah, I'm a fucking film person, dude.
We're not scientists. We're not researchers in that field. So obviously we do not have the expertise and the knowledge to be like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, like Morgan deals with film. I deal with healthcare and nursing. So like these are not obviously like our areas of expertise by any means. So we're just going based on what we hear and what we see.
Yes. And just kind of our opinions on it. Like, do I think these people should have died? No. But I also think they should have used...
No one deserves to die like that.
But I also think they should have used their own context clues and critical thinking to understand, hey, if this thing's being controlled by a remote-controlled toy, maybe I shouldn't get into this.
Yeah, it was definitely a poor decision on everyone's part, and it's honestly a shame. And when you think about it, I mean, there was a kid around my age who went just to go and
so
just make his dad happy for Father's Day weekend.
So there's two.
Shit.
So here's the
okay,
thing.
Never mind. I'm just kidding.
Well,
just kidding.
I don't want to say it's disproven, but there's two sides. So the aunt is the one that's saying. The aunt is the one that said, like, before the trip, he was like, I really didn't want to go. I'm just doing it to appease my dad. Like, I just want my dad to feel good, which, you know, trauma and been there. And then there's also the mom is saying, no, I was supposed to. Siri, shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's actually really interesting. But honestly,
it's
poor
the mom
woman.
said
She lost her
that
husband
she
and her
was
kid.
She was supposed to go, but he really wanted to go, so she gave up her seat so he could go.
Damn.
So it's two different stories,
I mean,
but also the mom might say that to cover her ass. I don't trust her. You know, I got weird shit with
that
parents,
is true.
So, you know,
that is true.
It's
also pee break. Pee break.
Oh, here's a pre-break. We'll add it to the pre-break counter.
Pee break.
Okay, so you go and I'll explain what the pee break is to them, okay?
Pee break.
Nice. So, for those that don't know, my sister, I don't know how much I can say, Rachel, so I'll edit this out if you don't want me to keep this, but my sister has autoimmune conditions, just much like myself, and she has IBS, which if you don't know is irritable bowel syndrome. So we're going to have a bathroom counter of how many times she has to go to the bathroom in in this podcast because she does it all the time on FaceTime.
Alright, fuckers, I am back. And yes, IBS stands for irritable bowel syndrome, but I honestly like to call it I be shitting. And yes, I flushed. Yes, I flushed and washed my hands, you sick fucks. So.
What the fuck? Who the
fuck? What the fuck what?
How the fuck?
Who the fuck are you what? Okay. Ooh, witchy time.
Oh, well. What
happened?
I mean, I can get into, well, I actually don't know what the fuck happened. I had, the protector on my camera, and it's gone.
It just popped off?
And I literally replaced it last night because my other one shattered. So the two I had were, I'm getting a new case anyway, so it's besides the point, whatever. Okay, let's
That's a little Freaky Friday, though.
It is a little Freaky Friday, but...
Right. And with, like, topics that we're going to talk about on this podcast, they're going to range. Like, it's going to be a very, very big range. Political, movies,
yes.
True crime. I'm super into true crime, so I might mention some true crime stuff. If there's anything specifically that you guys want us to talk about. Mm-hmm. My only thing is like, if there's something specific that you want us to talk about, guys, just make sure it's not something ongoing, because if something's ongoing, it's going to be hard for us to try and piece together what's going on until it's kind of resolved.
I mean, here's the thing.
So,
we can have some ongoing...
We could.
Here's the thing. We can have some ongoing stuff. It's just there's some cases and some things that, you know, happen within media. I will take the Carly Russell situation as an example, is like... Mm-hmm. That's really not our place to say anything. She hasn't come out and said anything that has happened to her, so until she says something, it's not my place to hold judgment. She's home, she's safe, and that's all that matters. And there will be a lot of discussions where I will fully support movements and fully support ideas, mm-hmm. but know that it is not my place to have an opinion on it. Because again,
and
I am palm color, she is palm color, and there's certain things that we are not going to talk about because it's not our space to talk about them. And it's that simple.
Exactly. Like, there might be things that some people request in the comments a lot and really want us to talk about. And we might have to make, like, a quick little tidbit or, like, statement. Just be like, hey, guys, like, we understand what's going on. However, we will choose not to speak on it for X, Y, and Z. And sometimes we may give a reason, sometimes we may not. Just please respect that we just don't want to talk about it, or it's not our place to do so. So, I mean, we obviously will try and, you know, if people watch this or whatever, this gains attention, we will obviously try our best to talk about what guys want to talk about. And keep those requests in mind and make a list. And obviously it might take some time for us to get to certain topics.
So dark.
Oh my god, okay.
Girl, nobody can fucking...
Hello, good morning.
Reposition your camera a little bit so the glare's not there. God damn. Okay, that's better.
It's gonna be there. That's why I had that fucking shit off.
I'm gonna send you, like, I'm gonna send you some gaff tape and some... See, because nobody can fucking see you.
No, you can.
Sure, okay. Rachel's gonna be the gremlin that hides in the corner.
Your little fucking podcast demon, I guess.
Right. Except I'm the editing demon. Yeah. I'm in the cave. Whatever.
Dude. Yeah, no, that just reminded me of the fucking meme I saw about Ryan from Watcher.
What?
And he has this quote where he's like, I have hot lasagna in my trousers, mommy.
Okay,
I screenshot that shit so fast.
Since we're talking about Watcher, we're big fans of Watcher Entertainment.
Go support Watcher, guys.
Ryan and Shane, we fucking love you.
If
you need a video editor, hook me the fuck up. I am available.
We love you guys. If you guys want to be on our fucking Fuck Shit Up podcast, F's up.
Yes, we've been watching guys. We have been watching. Up. So again, we are YouTube kids. So we grew up watching Rescue Unsolved. And then in their Watcher era, so like we've been around for a hot minute, and so I mean I remember Ladylike from BuzzFeed and shit like that. So we love them, and we might share little tidbits. There's actually one that I want to share. On their Instagram, they have a new video for Puppet History. You don't know Puppet History? Love it so much, Professor. I love you. Call me. We love the Professor. He canonically died.
Hearts
He's back
up for the
now. He has
professor.
dinosaur parents that now judge the show. We love you. Mwah. Thank you to the cam operator dad. But there's a there's a post.
Oh
that they
my
made,
god. Go ahead.
and it goes. It's from their new episode that's coming out, and it might have already came out. Excuse me. But it goes, we here at Puppet History believe women should be able to ride horses. And that's from the professor. And then the guest goes, which is Joyce. Joyce is the guest. And she goes, I don't condone animal abuse, but I do enjoy female violence. She goes, it's so exhausting being a woman. I love women. And then it's just like the meme of women. And and then the comment goes, like the little description for the Instagram post is, we are Watcher, more like we love women. And I commented, which has got like 300 likes so far, not to toot my own horn, but it goes, whoever is the intern doing this, whoever is the intern doing this better be getting paid for this high quality content. And I go, dash from a video editing intern. And then the comments are so sweet. And they're like, they told me who it is, which is most likely Simone, which, love you. Thank you for the shit that you do at Watcher. It looks so good.
We appreciate you.
And then everybody's like, yes, video interns. We love them. So yes, there's a little like Watcher moment.
Also, guys, if you remember the hot dogga saga, please comment a fucking hot dog emoji down below, please. We
share your favorite hot dog moment, and we'll react to it in the next podcast.
I mean, fuck, if you guys want us to watch like compilations of shit and react to shit, like,
we can do react stuff too,
dude. Okay, switching topics a little bit of gears. Have you seen the Nair video of the guy demonstrating how to use Nair on his asshole?
Yes.
I do not understand.
Okay, here.
I actually understand how YouTube hasn't taken
I
this
can
down.
Explain it to you. The film editor can explain. The film editor can explain.
Well, I get it. It might be... I feel like they're trying to push it as educational, but this man's ballsack and asshole is on the internet.
Let me explain it, okay? So YouTube is very different than, say, TikTok. TikTok has a lot of like harsher guidelines, and it is educational because there's nothing inherently sexual about what he's doing. It is very step by step. This is what it looks like. This is how I applied it. This is how I'm taking it off. And I know it's silly and funny, and you're like, what the fuck? Why are you showing your bare asshole to the whole world? But it's like, per YouTube's guidelines, it is educational and it's not harmful.
And that's why I was like, that's probably the only reason it hasn't been taken down or demonetized or anything, is because it's under an educational aspect.
Yes.
However, I mean, children are going on YouTube and watching this video because of TikTok.
Okay, here's a discussion. Here's the tea. Here's the discussion. Learn how to parent your fucking kids. They shouldn't be on the internet like that. It is not YouTube's jobs. Listen, it is not YouTube's jobs or content creators' jobs to parent your child. If you don't have restrictions on what your child can see, then that's your own fucking fault if they see something like this.
Yeah, any parents watching this,
they have YouTube
your kids are definitely doing some shady shit. They're doing some shady shit. And honestly, if your kids are looking at stuff that's honestly a little bit obviously adult, have a sit-down conversation with them.
It is so easy to just treat your children like adults. And let me just let me break down what I'm really saying, because I know people in the comment section are going to troll me being like, well, you think 2-year-olds are fucking adults? No. But what I do think is I believe them when they tell me something not to do or how they feel. I listen to how they're feeling and what they want to see and what they want to watch, but I also know what's appropriate for them at that age. So they would never have a chance to be able to experience things like this because they have YouTube Kids. I would put Coco Melon or I'd put Bluey on because...
Or Miss Rachael on.
We stand Bluey in this fucking household.
Yes, Bluey is everything.
And so I say this because a lot of people think that it's your job as a content creator to kind of like self-censor and it's self-censorship, but it's also like, I shouldn't have to parent your kids. I shouldn't have to change what I want to make or change what I want to do with my content just so your kid who might stumble upon my video, you know what I mean? Like, that is not my job. If you don't want your kids to see that, take care of your kids. Watch what your kids are doing. Yeah. Like, and I don't mean that in like a surveillance type of thing, like being strict. It's just like, have conversations with your kids and be like, hey, checked out YouTube the other day and saw you were looking at some weird narrative video. Want to explain to me why you watched it? And if it's as simple as, oh, a lot of people on TikTok were talking about how crazy it was. I went and saw that it was just some guy showing his asshole and kept it moving.
Yeah.
And then you can sit down and have a conversation. Well, how did you feel about that? And it goes, kind of weird, or whatever, however that child feels. But at least you're having an open dialogue with your child. Like, and again, we can say a lot of things because we aren't mothers and we aren't parents. But I think one thing that is important is to understand, like, especially for us, we have some knowledge with having to take care of children at a very young age. So we know what is appropriate for kids and what kids should be seeing and what they shouldn't be seeing. Because 9 times out of 10, we saw things that we shouldn't have seen or we shouldn't have been with. And it is why we have the opinions that we do today. And I will say, until the cows come home, take care of your kids. It's not my job. And this is specifically with movies, because this gets put out a lot sometimes, where it's like, oh my god, there was a lesbian couple in the new, like, Toy Story 4. And it's like all these parents freak out and it goes, why are you making that for kids? Like, da-da-da-da. Technically, that thing is PG. Parental guidance. You should be, like, check the ratings on movies. Obviously, with YouTube, it's a little different. But, like, with the movies and stuff, it's like, there's a rating for a reason. If it says PG and means parental guidance, you should watch the thing before you show your kids the thing. Like,
yeah, and exactly. Like, a lot of content creators, especially on the YouTube platform, will tell their audience what they're going to be talking about in that video, and you can kind of gauge whether it'd be appropriate for your kids to watch or not.
And 9 times out of 10, they put descriptions. 9 times out of 10, people put descriptions, and it's like, the one that I can think most vividly is because I just watched this. Also, shout out to the Brain Leak podcast. I'm a bunch of leakers, so, like, get it. I know Rachel might not get this, but Brain Leak, it's a podcast with Ethan, Nestor, and Sean, and I love them. ADHD boys. We're just the ADHD girls. Like, it's the opposite.
We love them.
They did a podcast where they talk, and in the description, it was like, today the boys discuss these types of topics, and then you can gauge, oh, well, if they're talking about these kind of things, I might not want to see it. Like, again, for that video, they started talking about dental things. I have bad trauma with dentists, so I skipped over that section because I didn't want to hear shit about dentists. It's quite literally that simple. It's something simple that I can do. I purely would do that for accessibility reasons, because there are some people, like, I'm, chronically ill, and, like, sometimes you just need those little accommodations, and it's easy for us to make a little description of what the video's talking about, so then the parents can see, oh, well, this video's okay, because it only talks about these types of topics, and they can let their kids watch. But again, I should not be taking your job. Like, I am a content creator, I'm not a parent to your kid.
Exactly. And, like, parents out there, like, if you guys are really, like, concerned about, the things that your kids are watching and being a part of, watch them yourselves and make those decisions for yourself, and be like, after me watching, do I feel like this is appropriate for my kid to watch? If not, tell them why. And don't just, I feel like with Morgan and I a lot growing up.
Here, continue, because I'm going to pull something up.
Okay. I feel like with Morgan and I growing up, a lot of the times we would ask our parents why we couldn't or could do something, mainly like why we couldn't, and we would just get, because I said so. Your kids deserve an explanation, even if it's hard for you to articulate into words that they can understand. But just be upfront and honest with your kids. Monitor what they're watching, but don't hover. again, Morgan and I aren't parents, we're not mothers, but we definitely, from a child and being someone's kids, we have that perspective. So any parents out there, also give us questions, like, as from a kid perspective, because we're older, we get it, we know what kids these days are going through and growing up with. I mean, we're fortunate enough that we were early 2000s.
Especially my trans and LGBTQ kids, like, you got a safe space here with me. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Also, we can get into this. Before we jump into this topic, I just want to note, there's a podcast for parents called Child Proof. It's with Tori Phantom and Mama Cusses or Gwenna, and they teach about gentle parenting and how to, like, actively be good parents to your kids, and I highly recommend their podcast. But jumping into this, I was a gender nonconforming and LGBTQ teen and kid, and it was a very hard time for me because a lot of people were like, oh, it's just a phase, or oh, you'll grow out of it, or that kind of stuff. And it's really not. And I think what we really need to understand is what gender affirming care is, because it's not surgery. Everybody keeps saying, oh, I'm gonna get mad. Morgan's getting heated, so get ready.
Oh boy.
But everybody says that gender affirming care for minors is like them getting surgery or them getting mutilated, that kind of stuff. If we're going to talk about that, talk about the 2% of intersex kids that are born that get sexually mutilated every single day in this country because they're intersex, because they're born with two different parts. We'll start there. Mm-hmm. Second, gender affirming care at the ages of like 4, 5, and 6 is letting them wear what they want to wear. If they want to choose go by a different name or go by different pronouns, do that. Let them explore that. By ages 10, 11, 12, and 13, when puberty starts, then it's puberty blockers. Puberty blockers, people that are like, puberty blockers have been used for people that are cisgender, and for hundreds of years. Like, it is not a new thing. Trans people and non-binary people and gender non-conforming people are not new. There is literal studies and artworks to show, you have the two-spirit, you have, specifically in, like, Greek mythology, we had a whole island of people that were just, that were both androgynous and intersex and that kind of stuff. So, like, it's not new concept. Puberty blockers are something that's been used for cis people for hundreds of years. It's not new, and all it does is it slows down puberty. It's used in people who might have a faster puberty to slow down that process so they don't just sprout up and have all joint and bone issues. It isn't until like after 18 that they start talking about things like top surgery, which is just removing the breasts and reassigning the bits. And then you have bottom surgery, and bottom surgery is an intensely highly, it is a insane procedure. And I to all my trans brothers and sisters and to all my gender non-conforming and LGBT sisters, I know as a non-binary person that I will never understand the effects of what bottom surgery and top surgery is, because that's just not something that looks like that is for me in my gender journey. But you need to let your kids explore, and you need this whole society standard of there's man and there's woman. It's scientifically not true. You have XX chromosomes and XY chromosomes, and that is two ends of a spectrum. There is all different types of genders throughout there, and people don't realize that. And it starts with education. Because bottom line, guys, no mother, no parent, no son, daughter, sibling, whoever should have to bury their child because of laws being placed. I feel very personally about this because it got to a point when I was in my gender and LGBT process where I contemplated suicide. I'm going to be putting all of the links down below and on the screen for suicide and trans youth supports, because it is something I heavily think about and heavily, work in society to try to prevent. Without telling too much of where I am in Georgia, so I'm in the deep South, and I get hate. I don't want to call them hate crimes because they're really not, but I get hate for being gay and being pagan every single time I leave my house. I deal with this on a daily, and I spread this because you should be educated. You should constantly be educating yourself. Every POM person has ingrained, white supremacist ideations, even if it was, and I say this because, and I think Rachael will agree with me on this, is that we are inherently taught all of these societal norms, these societal expectations of being white, and you realize how deeply that is ingrained in racism and misogyny. And you have to learn, and you 100%. Have to educate yourself to undo those teachings. Yeah. It's not going to be overnight, and it sure is. It's the same thing with pronouns. We understand it's not going to be overnight, but you have to be actively trying and actively reteaching yourself. And if you're not, you are ignorant, you are unwilling to change, and I will not stand by you at all. Like, it is... If you are actively not trying to undo ingrained racism, misogynistic, even if it's yourself, like for me, I'm a plus size person. There's sometimes where I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, ooh, what the fuck? And I have my own fat phobia towards myself. And it's like, we gotta stop that. We're gonna nip that in the butt. So sorry for my little rampage, but I think it's a good topic for the first podcast, because it does set out, who I am and what I really try to do for the people around me and the people in my community. So
exactly. And guys, just spread love, even if you don't understand, the choices of other people or the identification other people have for themselves. Just try and educate, like Morgan said, just try and educate, and just trying to be, you don't have to necessarily agree with it. No one's necessarily saying that you have to be like, oh yeah, but like, at least educate yourself and understand the context behind it, and just not be ignorant. I mean, obviously I'm a cis white woman, I'm straight, like, I will never understand from Morgan's perspective the struggles that she goes through. However, I have conversations with her and I educate myself, and I love everyone. Everyone gets the power of choice. I don't have to agree with it, and you know what? It doesn't fucking affect me. So everyone, just live your true lives. Just be yourself.
We are
truly, authentically, unapologetically.
A floating rock in the middle of deep space, and if I can't fucking exist in peace, then there will be hell to pay. I think the biggest thing is I understand. I will say this as a former Catholic, as a now pagan, is love and kindness will outweigh hate and violence any day. I wholeheartedly believe that. One of my biggest things that I believe is that all of the world's problems could be solved with a simple conversation. I genuinely believe that if we all treated each other with kindness and respect, sorry if you hear the food dish, it's time for lunch. They're eating. But I genuinely believe that all of that can be solved with love and kindness. And I don't care if your religion, let me rephrase this. I don't like if your religion, and one of the reasons why I won't believe in your religion is if you hate other people and hate groups of people. But if that is your religion and that is what you stick to, then at the very least, your religion, there is a separation. There isn't, but there should be a separation of church and state. Your religion should not dictate laws that will affect me. Because if that was the case, I would have my pagan beliefs put on all of you and have all of these pagan holidays, Beltane, Samhain, Yule, all of them be federal holidays, and all the witches get to go out and practice. Okay? Mm-hmm. But we don't, because you don't celebrate those, and you only push the Christian and Catholic narrative, which, I believe in the old gods, not the new, but that's that's besides the point. And again, I don't want to get heavy onto religion, because if I get there, it's just a vicious cycle.
We'll be here for a minute.
Yeah, it's just a vicious cycle. But it's like, if you genuinely are, and here's the thing, I will say this about men, and I will say this about Christians as well, is until all Christians and all men aren't shit, you're gonna get lumped together. Because, and I know there are good Christians and good Catholics. I know there are good men. But unfortunately, time and time again, Christians, Catholics, and men have shown that they are oppressive and violent and ignorant and bigoted, and I can't. So,
yeah.
I'm off my soapbox. I'm off my TED. There's my TED talk for the podcast.
Also, sorry to everyone who's listening to this. I'm eating my sandwich, so here's a little bit of ASMR for you. Connecticut,
Delaware, Florida, Georgia,
Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana,
Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana,
Maine, Massachusetts, Maryland.
No, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Arizona, Arizona.
Arizona, motherfucker.
I'm gonna pull the lyrics up. States song. States song lyrics. Okay. There we go.
I've not listened to the song since I was like in 3rd grade.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia,
Wisconsin,
Wyoming. God, it took me I was on the right track. I got like half the song right.
Yeah, it's okay. 50%'s good.
Hey, 50% is not passing. Damn it.
I know. See, guys, we're an educational podcast here. You guys learn about the 50 states.
Yeah, see, we're family friendly.
Mm-hmm. I mean, not with the cuss words and shit, but you get the drift.
And probably we're gonna have to go. It's been over an hour, so
Yeah.
we'll do a little outro.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome, guys, to the first episode of the Fuck Shit Up podcast.
Yes. Welcome to the chaos, if you will.
Yeah. I'm Rachel. That's Morgan. Welcome.
Rachel, if you want to tell your socials.
I gotta make socials for this so people aren't finding my personal shit. But TBD, I will link socials for this specifically, separate from my private life. But yeah.
And my socials are Morgan.Khaleesi, 19, I think, on Instagram. That's like the main way you can find me. It's just through Instagram. And then obviously down in the comments. So we should leave with a question.
Yeah.
What question should we leave with? Cats or dogs in the comments. That's it. Cats or dogs. And we'll answer. Yeah. We'll show our opinions in the next episode.
We'll open with the question of the week or whatever. And
And you can even leave your own questions of the week down below.
Yeah, questions of the week, topics you want to hear us talk about, anything that you guys want us to touch based on ourselves. Again, like nothing too personal. We will either ignore it or we'll answer it if we feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But please don't badger us for like personal information, like specifically
I honestly,
how old
I don't
we
think
are,
they
where
will.
we're
I think they'll
from.
be chill, and even if they are, again, we're not gonna really look at it, so no big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, leave us some comments. Do all the clicks, like, subscribe, comment, all that fun jazz. It helps with the algorithm, helps us keep making content, and keep my sanity together. So
Yeah.
alrighty, well.
All right. Do you want to sing the intro for the outro too?
Sure. We're gonna fuck shit up.
Fuck shit up, bitch.
Fuck shit up, bitch. Okay, bye.